kidding me? No, don't do this! They're superplex!
Hello and welcome to the first edition of what we hope will be many of a special CouchCast tonight. It's CouchCast Wrestling. I'm going to be your host tonight. It's me, it's that L-I-A-M-P, Liam Patterson. With me I've got Dominic Richards.
The D to the R to the something. D-Dog, Dom Richards, thank you, hello.
And I can't wait to hear Ian's wrestling kind of moniker.
I thought we were doing rap ones.
No, I was trying... I did a road dog.
Well, that's all rap.
You can be my K Quick to my you can be the K Quick to my road dog.
Brilliant. That's good.
Getting rowdy.
Yeah.
Ian McGee by the magic of Skype.
M to the C to the G double E.
Inspired.
Yeah.
Inspired.
Well done.
Yeah.
So, wrestling. Big fans, always have been. 20 years, so much. How old were you when you first saw wrestling, Dominic
I was
Richards?
about 3, 4. All started when my mother's friend bought me a Macho Man Randy Savage toy.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Dig it.
And I asked what that was, and then that was it. Hooked.
So-
20,
So let me get this straight.
24 years
A,
later.
a friend of your mother's bought you a guy in trunks as a toy.
No, he wasn't wearing trunks. He was wearing his tights at the time, so a bit more reasonable.
A bit more reasonable.
Yeah.
And you've been hooked ever since. So
Hooked ever since.
what would you say was the first big match you remember?
I don't know. The first match I remember. Come back to me.
Come back to you.
But it's a long time ago.
Yep. Okay. Ian, same thing. When did you first get into wrestling and why?
I think I was about 12. I got in much later than you two.
Yeah, clearly.
But my friend, I used to go around his like every Friday night, and he had Sky Sports, so I used to start watching Raw, and that's how I got into it. But we never had Raw, like Sky Sports, so the best I would have like SmackDown on Saturday and Metal.
Yeah. So let me get this straight. If you were about 12, you probably just missed the Attitude Era, did you not?
Yeah, I was like kind of the very end of it.
You were like Attitude Era, Invasion, then Ruthless Aggression.
Yeah, like I think the first I'd seen bits of it, and I think when I started properly watching it, I think it was like Armageddon '99. So when it was like Triple H and Vince.
Yeah, that still counts as Attitude Era.
Yeah, it's just at the end of it.
Armageddon, what? Being in December?
December '99.
It was December, yeah, that's it.
So that was was that the 6-way Hell in a Cell, or was that the year after?
This is when it was Vince and Triple H.
Vince.
Yeah.
Yep. I know, yep, that's right. That was the Stephanie Screw job, wasn't it?
That's it, yeah.
Yep, I'm with you now. And so that would be the first match you really remember then?
Yeah, that's like the first. I remember the first pay-per-view I stayed up to watch.
Yeah. Was this back in the days when it was on Channel 4?
It was, yes.
Yeah. Oh, nights that went into days at school the next day.
That was horrible.
Suffering
going to
because
school, looking like...
Where you had to have where you could barely hear what was going on because you had to have the volume
Yeah.
so low because your parents didn't wake up.
Yeah. One of those, they sneaking down the stairs.
Fortunately, I had a TV in my room.
Yeah, no, I didn't back then.
Yeah.
Well, I said my mate had Sky Sports, so if there's a pay-per-view on, I used to go around his. Even if he didn't really want me to, I'd be like, "Oh, go on." Like he wasn't even really that interested in it, so I used to convince him to let me come round. He'd go to bed, and I'd just stay downstairs in his front room, like watching TV.
His parents would come down the next morning, like, "The fuck is
That's
this
me half
kid
asleep,
doing here again on a Monday morning?"
Yeah.
Crazy. As for me, I got in when I was probably about your age, maybe a little bit later, because I used to watch it with my cousins who were a little bit older than me. The first match I remember was Undertaker versus Yokozuna at Royal Rumble '94.
Yes.
Yeah. The reason I remember that, which should be quite obvious to most people, is that bloody end bit where the Undertaker kind of did that promo from inside the casket.
Oh, is that when he rose up as a hologram?
Yeah.
Yeah, that scared the shit out of me.
Yeah. And that's how that walked into my little brain.
Yeah.
Undertaker was then the be-all and end-all for me until a big red machine went and ripped off some cell doors and tombstoned my hero. I went, that's my new one.
Yeah, to this day, the best debut ever.
Yep.
In that
I will
promotion.
definitely agree with that. Favourite wrestler at the moment, Dominic Richards?
Favourite wrestler at the moment? What, in the whole of wrestling, or are we just talking...
We're going to talk WWE because
Okay.
we're going to
well, it's
narrow
got to
it
be that main man Sting, isn't it, really?
up. Mr. Owens.
The hero of all fat people.
Yep. Ian McGee.
if we're going main roster, then yeah, I'd say the same thing.
Yeah, Mr. Kevin Owens.
NXT, I was putting Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, well,
I'm very impressed that Ian just pronounced his name absolutely correctly. Then
he's been watching NXT week in, week out for the past couple of weeks. If he can't get it right at this point, and for me at the moment, I have to say I agree. KO. That's a hat trick for Mr. Owens there. So what we're going to do tonight, obviously we've got a big weekend of wrestling coming up. Tomorrow night is obviously TakeOver Brooklyn 2.
Yeah, we'll be watching that live.
I will be watching it maybe live with you, depending on how drunk I am after I've come back from the pub. Professionalism. We've got a few matches there that I just quickly want to touch on. Asuka versus Bayley. What do we have for that?
Asuka. 100%.
Asuka?
Yeah. She's going to kick Bayley out of NXT, literally.
Yeah.
And then Bayley will be on the main roster.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Asuka... I think Asuka probably deserves to be on the main roster pretty soon, to be honest, because they need to bulk out SmackDown.
They do.
Big time.
Especially with, obviously, the news we found out recently that...
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute when we go into the SummerSlam predictions. You've got... Who's Bobby Roode fighting again?
Bobby Roode, I can't remember his name. It's the dude that was La Sombra. CN.
CN. Obviously, we've all got Roode for that, right?
Yeah.
Because he is glorious.
And, I was going to say that. It's going to be glorious.
You can sing it if you like.
Glorious!
Yep, that was what we were after.
I love that music.
Yeah.
Jim Johnson, I don't know how he's not in the Hall of Fame already.
Yeah, no. We say this on a regular basis, that Jim Johnston is probably the most deserving of any WWE staff member for the Hall of Fame who is not in there yet.
And I can't remember that guy's name, and it's really bad, so I apologise, but the guy who makes all the promo videos.
I forget his name as well.
Because he can make you care about the most insignificant feud with those packages.
Most of the time.
They are incredible. That was a big thing, what propelled WWE over WCW back in the day, is the WCW's video packages were shite.
Generally, their production values were shite.
The music was generally shite, apart from obviously a few things. Sting.
The Wolfpack is back, cause some mass destruction.
Yeah. But yeah, Jim Johnson.
Rap is crap.
And the video, that was a thing.
That was a thing. A lot of things in WCW were things when they shouldn't have been things.
Let's save that for another episode.
We can do a whole rise and fall of WCW if you like.
Yes.
Because that could be very, very interesting.
Because I was very pro WCW.
And I obviously could not give two shits about WCW at the time.
No.
And the main match, NXT TakeOver, we've got Shinsuke versus...
That could Joe.
What happened there?
I don't know, I said Joe.
Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe.
Yeah. Oh, I'm on the fence with this one.
It's got the potential to be, I think, the most physical match of the whole weekend.
Oh yeah, it's strong style versus strong style.
Yeah.
Japanese versus American strong style. There's going to be some... It's going to be stiffer than John Holmes.
Yeah.
That thing's going to look like it hurts. That's going to be like, we're talking like never championship.
If they're going to... Oh, no. Nothing's as bad as that.
I don't know. It won't be because it's WWE, but
no.
You imagine those two in a never fight.
Yeah. No, thank you.
I have Shinsuke.
In the sense that if they follow standard NXT world title bookings... And Joe is going to the main roster, which has been rumoured for a long time.
He needs to be there.
And he's looking like it's more than likely going to be soon. That's going to... Yeah, he'll go to the
And
main
I think we'll end up getting a Shinsuke versus Hideo Itami feud.
Yeah.
I'm actually going with Joe on this one.
You're going with Joe?
I reckon he'll drag this feud out for at least 2, maybe 3 matches.
I think it will be 2-3 matches anyway. He won't go straight back up, but I've got to say I've fancy Shinsuke for this one. He is just ridiculously over with the NXT crowd. Joe needs to go up to SmackDown and provide some heels.
Yeah,
I've got Shinsuke for it, but like I said just before we touched on it, I am still quite on the fence. I can see Joe win. There's a lot of matches this weekend that I'm still very much on the fence for, but have gone kind of out on a limb and said whether yes or no. So that was two Shinsuke's and a Joe. Now there is a sitcom I'd pay to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, last week on NXT with the nose grab.
That was amazing. Did you see that, Ian?
That was...
Yeah.
Oh, that had me in fits.
Yeah.
That is so Shinsuke.
Do you think, though, obviously that works at Full Sail because of how smarky the crowd are with Shinsuke?
Oh, yeah.
Would that work on the main roster? I don't think so.
I feel like when he goes to the main roster, they'll try and use their WWE humour and like amplify a bit, and it won't be funny because it won't be genuine. It won't be like him. It'll be someone else telling him how to do it.
Well, they've let the other guys. Well, the majority recently who've come up, they've let them kind of keep their personalities from NXT. I think NXT is a lot more popular now than if we go back to people who came up and had their names changed, like say Adam Rose.
Adam Rose was in NXT.
He was in
for
NXT,
a
but he
bit.
wasn't named.
No.
He went back down as
No,
Adam
the
Rose.
Adam Rose character.
Did they?
Yeah, in NXT.
I must have missed that.
Yeah.
Well,
Leo Kruger went, and then like typical WCW booking. 3.5 weeks later, Adam Rose appeared.
My point being, it has changed since then.
Yeah.
I think Shinsuke will work on the main roster as long as they don't change his character at all.
I don't know. I just think that sort of that wackiness.
It gets fans behind it as long as they kind of let him do his own thing.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. Fine.
I think he'll struggle on the main roster.
But we think he's going to win the title on Saturday. But Ian is against.
Yeah, I reckon not now. Maybe the next takeover, but I don't reckon
next takeover won't be till October.
2 months
It can
away.
drag out.
Yeah, I mean that is only 2 months.
But this is the big one, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean,
well, this is Brooklyn. This is their
And
WrestleMania.
NXT, well, no.
It was they've gone back to Brooklyn this year, which they didn't do the year before.
No.
They had the show because they had to have the show in the same town as WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So the fact that they've gone back to Brooklyn, it kind of feels like their big show. It feels like they've gone kind of like home to their. If they've gone back and they've called it Brooklyn 2, they've not bothered to call it something entirely different. Just for me, this feels like I think I agree. This feels like their big show.
That is a big show. I don't think it's the big show. I still think the WrestleMania weekend takeover is the big show because it's WrestleMania weekend.
Well, it's the big show.
But
is that still a thing?
This is definitely he's retiring within the year.
Thank God.
This is definitely the second biggest show. I still think this WrestleMania weekend is their biggest show, even though it is in different cities.
Yeah.
If WrestleMania in different cities doesn't mean it's that
Yeah.
show.
Well, that was the point I was making though, because WrestleMania travels. It's going to be in a different city every year.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a big. It's still big because it is the WrestleMania weekend edition. But the fact they've gone back to Brooklyn makes it feel like they've gone. Like I said, they've gone home.
Yes, I see your point. But.
Yeah. So then moving on to Sunday, we've got the hottest ticket of the summer, Summerslam. This is 28 or 9.
Oh yeah.
It started the year I was born, was it not? 88?
1988. The first
88 was
SummerSlam.
the first SummerSlam, so it's the 29th.
Well, how old are you?
I'm 28, but I swear they keep saying 29 on WWE television. Has anyone picked up on that? It's probably Michael Cole.
Well, Michael Cole gets everything right.
Michael Cole. This week on Raw. I'm gonna move past it. It's shit every week. Michael Cole, how are you still in a job? So Sunday night we've got SummerSlam. The pre-show. There's been 2 matches announced for that. I should touch on this beforehand. Have you guys seen how long the runtime is for SummerSlam this year?
No, but it is 25.
Is it near on 4 hours, isn't it?
Is it 4 hours?
5 hours. The pre-show is 2 hours.
I am watching the pre-show.
The pre-show is 2 hours this year.
That can get to fuck. I am watching.
Yeah.
They're getting too long. Like, I think we all
mate.
said this over WrestleMania. Like, WrestleMania was far too long.
It would be alright if there was more matches, but there's not. It's your standard card. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 10 matches.
I think we can also assume there's going to be 1, maybe 2 impromptu matches. So I imagine it won't last long, but I can foresee having a Braun Strowman squash match.
Squash match. That needs to stop.
Yeah.
3 weeks in a row is enough, but you're not going to do it at your biggest pay-per-view of the summer, surely.
Well, you know what Vince is like? He likes him.
I don't mind it on the pre-show.
That
That's
won't
fine.
be the pre-show.
And yet Bray Wyatt hasn't got a fucking match.
That could be another thing. That could be an impromptu one.
Well, this is a point that I have.
Then he'll lose.
Yeah. Well, it'll be. I'll move on to that because I wanted to talk about Bray Wyatt a little bit, and we will have the time for that. So we're going to start off with the 6 women tag team match. That will be Carmella, Becky Lynch, and Naomi versus Natalya, Eva Marie, and Alexa Bliss.
Well, that's not, is it?
If it happens, because I don't know if you've seen this, Ian. Eva Marie's just been suspended for 30 days.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Yeah.
So what happened then?
Well,
not Eva Marie anyway. They'll bring someone else in.
They'll probably chuck somebody else in, but it depends if they keep it kayfabe or not. They could still have the match, but they could keep doing the things that they've been doing on SmackDown recently, where she just no shows.
All right.
Because have you seen that?
No.
She gets like this big like voiceover entrance, like she's like
she's
a TMZ star.
Yeah, I've seen the entrance.
Yeah, so I think we might get something like that, maybe, or she gets replaced. I don't think they're going to scrap the match completely because you've got 5 other women to think about there who need the exposure.
Don't give a dick.
You don't give a dick?
No, I think there's much more better things to be talking about than that, so let's just do that quick.
I'm just going to put it out there that I think the faces are going to win. Carmella, Becky.
Yeah.
Becky needs the win big time.
Yeah.
So moving on to the first match out of the best of 7 that isn't the first match out of the best of 7 between Cesaro and Sheamus. Now Cesaro has beaten Sheamus twice in 3 weeks on Raw, and now we're getting the first of the best of 7. Who booked that?
Those best of 7 series, they're all right, but
you
don't book two. Well, not two. But you don't book one pointless person in it. You need to book 2 people that the crowd care about. So the best of any sort of 7 or 5 series match was back in WCW with Booker T and Chris Benoit.
And that audible silence will tell you that WCW is your forte. And I'm not a big fan of these, especially best of 7.
Yeah, but
who cares about
those?
It's alright, but no one cares. Do you care either way who wins?
I'd prefer Cesaro to pick up the win, but
like, there's no storyline to it. They haven't really drawn us into it.
Yeah, they kind of have. But this is the point I'm making. We've already had Cesaro beat Sheamus twice. Why do we need a best of 7? He's already proven his dominance twice. The only time Sheamus has got the better of Cesaro is costing him matches rather than actually beating him.
Because this is WWE creative.
Yeah, I suppose. But, well, the fact is it's happening, so we need to kind of give our predictions.
Addressed if I'm sounding a bit negative about all this stuff. I've only recently just started watching it again.
Yeah.
I stopped watching it Mania because I got fucking sick of it.
You really came back in where the brand split happened.
Yeah,
so
the brand split, because that interested me. That's what I wanted. Then when I kept hearing rumours that that's definitely not happening, that's when I just went, gone.
But it happened.
It happened. And yeah, I got back into it.
So, who do you have, Dom, for Cesaro versus Sheamus? Match number 1, definitely not number 3.
The best way to start those best of any series matches is have the heel pick up the first few wins as a cheat, so cheating or whatever. Yeah. Then let the face chase the
heel.
So I've got Sheamus with a cheap victory.
Ian?
Yeah, I go the same. I mean, if Cesaro's won the last 2 and he wins the 3rd one in a row,
it's game over.
It doesn't feel like a competition, does it?
No.
So
well, it doesn't feel like a competition already. So yeah, I'm with you there. Sheamus has to win.
Yeah.
Sheamus needs to pick it up just to not look weak.
Sheamus he's a good worker. They just booked him badly for too many years, so no one, including us, care about him.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Well, that's the fact, isn't it? They can't have him look weak in this match. He has to win, and I agree with you. He needs to win the second one as well. So it's kind of like on an even keel, and then Cesaro needs to get his wins back or not. Who knows? Sheamus, as recently as last year, was WWE champion.
He was this year, the Rumble.
Yeah. So someone's still hiring him backstage. They're keeping him on television.
Yeah, he's a good worker. He's a good, solid worker, Sheamus. It's just he's been booked terribly over the last, really since his debut, to be quite honest with you.
Well, they pushed him too hard, too fast.
Far too hard, yeah.
The same thing happened to Jack Swagger.
Oh, Jack bloody Swagger.
Jack Swagger's probably even the worst example
of
someone being pushed to the moon and back far too quickly and then nobody getting on them for the rest of their careers. It's not like it's not happened before. You look at other people like... I mean, if you go back to when you started, Ian, people like Maven, when he won Tough Enough.
Oh yeah, he got pushed straight. Obviously, he did the whole thing with the Rumble Taker.
He eliminated the Undertaker, and then that was it. I don't know if they had any follow up for that at all, but they let Undertaker absolutely ruin him, and he won the Hardcore title 2-3 times.
Yeah, that's probably his defining moment. That's it.
Yeah, good theme music.
That's just what happens when you push people too fast, too quick. They're like, they come down far too hard.
Yeah.
And so, I think all three of us are on board there. That's a Sheamus win.
Yeah.
Moving on to the IC title match between The Miz and Apollo Crews. Now,
I couldn't give a dick.
But pretty much that.
That's fine when we're talking about pre-show. I want predictions.
No, I want prediction.
Yes. Yeah, Miz?
Yeah, Miz.
Because
I don't know if this is just... I said I don't give a dick. Over the last year, The Miz has really gone up in my sort of expectation. I know I didn't watch it for a few months, so I've not seen the sort of the start of him and Maurice's return to television sort of thing.
Well, that was Mania, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I didn't see much after that. Yeah. So. But The Miz, not only is he, apart from maybe Jericho, the best man on a mic in that company.
Well, this is it. Him, Charlotte, Jericho, and Owens are the only natural heels that company has. That is an absolute fact. We've got the Miz. The Miz is definitely at least top 5 on the mic in the company.
Yeah.
He gets.
The trouble is, like Apollo Crews is the complete opposite.
Yeah, exactly.
No personality at all.
But this is what worries me. It's obviously he is like supremely talented.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with The Miz to pick up the win. It's a tough call for me, but I think it's too early for Apollo. He needs to chase the title a bit more as the face and prove that he has that personality that you quite rightly and you say he lacks. At the same time, this being the anniversary of the Warrior Honky Tonk squash match.
I don't see it being a squash match.
Do you not?
No.
Oh, I'm a little bit worried that it might be.
No.
The Miz is that kind of character who you can squash and get away with it.
Yeah, no, I think so, but I don't see that happening.
Oh, I'm a little bit worried.
I don't think Apollo Crews has got that sort of character like the Warrior to do a squash match, really.
I think he's not a big enough star. Like, if they've been pushing him like squash matches for weeks and weeks, then but he hasn't really had that kind of push enough to do it, I think.
Yeah, I'm thinking if Apollo Crews does win it, I think that could possibly happen.
Yeah, but
I am going to go with the Miz.
Yeah,
I said Apollo's. He's been around and he's supremely talented. We know that, but I think he's a bit too green on the main roster. Needs a little bit more time.
I was really surprised when he actually went up. I thought he came up far too quick.
Yeah,
I was really
another one who was really quick, but
especially because really he didn't do much at all in NXT.
No, feuded with Baron Corbin.
Yeah,
Rhino.
Oh, Rhino.
Yeah, Rhino's on the main roster now.
Yeah.
Got a SmackDown contract, didn't he, against Heath Slater?
Oh, did he?
So yeah, he's back on the main roster. I'm pretty sure we'll see him very sparingly.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's good to. Well, we know WWE have been trying to get like a lot of the old guys back to kind of provide decent enhancement talent.
Yeah, is Shelton Benjamin back yet?
No, he's not coming. He got injured.
He got injured, didn't he?
Oh, did he?
He got injured and he's not coming.
Oh well, he'll come
at least not now.
Yeah, he'll come when he's.
I think that's probably why they've pushed Rhino back into the main roster for the time being.
Cool. Well, so what else we got?
The next matchup that Bleacher Report provided me with, and we should mention this, if this is the run order, which I hope to God it isn't, we'll talk about that in a minute, but the run order looks weird from what I've read on Tinternet. We've got Enzo and Cass versus Team Jerry KO. Now.
Okay, no,
Dom Richards.
Yes.
What? Who's winning?
Oh! Team Jerry KO.
Because
it's got Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho in it.
Mark.
Yeah, that's
fine. That's fine. I mark out for Chris Jericho every time he comes back.
Okay, but again, I think if this is going to be the start of the feud, feuds always work better when the heels win first.
Do you see this being a long running feud?
I think all four of them have great chemistry, and they're going to have a great match. But the best thing about having these sort of feuds is good ring chemistry, which they all have, and good mic chemistry.
Yeah. I definitely think their mic work is probably going to take precedent during, at least at the start of the match, because let's face it, we all love Enzo, but he's not as good as the other three in the ring.
No, and I think that's quite surprising. When you first saw Enzo and Cass, Ian, I don't know if you were saying, I thought it was going to be the typical, Enzo's going to be the worker, the decent actual wrestler. Cass is going to be there just to close on a big boot.
Just a typical big guy.
But he's really good.
He's a lot better than
you can definitely see potential in him getting his single push later on.
Yeah,
oh yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Well, when Enzo was injured, he got a fairly decent singles push for those 5-6 weeks that Enzo was shelved with that injury, with that concussion. Ian,
I'm going to go with the
heels.
Jericho and it's just, I think obviously you can build on it for another match and but I think it's one of those matches that's going to get the crowd's going to be over because all these guys are over and the crowd are going to buy into this match.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I don't agree with who's going to win.
You think Enzo and Cass?
I think Enzo and Cass are going to pick up the win because I don't think this has legs as a feud. No, it's entertaining, but I think I can't see Owens wanting to be in a tag team feud for too long.
I'd like to see maybe they do this match one more. I
think they might go again on Raw.
I think if it was just a random shitty thing they throw in, but this is Chris Jericho.
But they've teamed up before this
briefly,
and then they stopped, and it'd be something they could pick
Jericho
up. Did
disappear again for a little while?
Possibly.
I think that's why.
It was only a few weeks though. He was only gone for a little while.
Yeah, but
it's something they could have kept. I know Jericho is not due to leave again until about Survivor Series, and that's not 100%. But I just think the hometown boys are going to go over, and what I can possibly see is Enzo and Cass not winning cleanly, but by opponent miscommunication. So I think there is money between a face Owens and a heel Jericho feud. The crowd love them both.
It's like me thrown up for face fucking Kevin Steen.
Well,
he's
not going to be pandering to the crowd or nothing. He's just going to be the kind of face in it.
Don't ever mention the words Kevin Owens and face again.
He was face plenty in Ring of Honor.
Don't care.
I think you could do Kevin Owens and Jericho as heel versus heel.
Yeah.
Well,
because let's just get real here, right? That doesn't matter anymore.
No.
There is no true baby face or heel anymore.
That's kind of what I was trying to say. I was just trying to make Jericho's going to be the angry sort of veteran. Owens would be the brash up and coming superstar, and they kind of clash over.
But not face.
Not face per se, like tweener, because he gets cheered at. Like you said, there's not really so much a thing as heel and tweener, heel and face anymore, unless you're talking like bog standard good guy versus bad guy feuds, which we don't tend to get anymore. I think there could, but the point being, I think there's potential for a team breakup and a feud between Jericho and Owens, which we would all watch intently.
Oh yeah,
because those two have got brilliant chemistry as a team, and I reckon they could quite easily morph that into a feud.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Jericho gets pinned due to some opponent miscommunication. Jericho gets super pissed at Owens. They maybe go again on Raw, and something similar happens, or Jericho walks away from Owens. That's what I'd quite like to see, to be honest.
Yeah.
So next we go to another tag team match. We've got Anderson and Gallows, the Club, versus the New Day
for
the tag titles.
That is my boys all the way. That is my boys.
You might want to clear that for the fans at home.
That'd be the New Day.
That would be the New Day, and why?
Because they ain't booty.
They ain't booty, but they're also a man down.
No, but this has just got It's not hard to write WWE television. That's the other man down. But Big E's coming back.
Big E's coming back to cost them the match.
Yeah.
Yep, that crossed my mind too, Ian.
Or Big E comes back and then the club just dominate.
Maybe.
If they want to build Anderson and Gallows as big and powerful as they were in New Japan, then that'd be a great way of doing it.
Which
I think they've looked that boat's gone already. I think they had the chance when they debuted. Now they've already kind of lost it. Now they're just another tag team already.
I wouldn't say they've lost it quite yet. This is their first tag title match.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like already they're just another tag team now.
I have to say I really didn't want to see a second week of the Dr. Anderson and Gallows.
No.
The promo on Raw, as funny as that was the week before.
Yeah.
2 weeks of it. At the same time, at least they're letting them kind of do their own thing. Maybe pushing it too hard.
I'd be calling Kofi Kingston my boy in terms of a wrestling thing.
Your New Day rocks. Your Bootio's box is right here, actually. You can't see this, Ian, but I've got a box of Booty O's. They make sure
you ain't booty.
Thank you.
I'm very proud Bethany says that.
Yeah, I'm sure you are, mate. Rachel doesn't look to agree with you. Speaking of not agreeing with you, I've got the club.
Yeah.
I think they desperately need this win. Whereas the New Day, who have now been tag champions for a year, do not.
No, that's a good point, yeah.
I don't think we will see Big E.
No.
I think this will carry on the feud.
Problem with
Big E will come back and they'll start to dominate again.
The problem with not having Big E is their entrance really lacks that that special. Because Big E is so good at getting the crowd on fire like that at the start, and they missed
Which
that.
is something we never thought we'd say when he was with Dolph Ziggler or in NXT doing the five count thing.
Definitely my favourite of the New Day.
Yeah.
Big E, 100%.
I've got to say Xavier Woods.
Don't I love them all, even Kofi Kingston, again, before I say that.
Kofi's still definitely bottom bitch.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
The Big E, just the faces he pulls when he's working.
But I've definitely got the club for this, and I think that could go places later on in the night. Ian, who have you got?
I'm gonna go with New Day, but I do agree that maybe we'll see them later on in the night as well.
Yeah.
100%.
100%. I think we're all on board. I think we've all kind of.
So
we haven't mentioned this, but
let's move on to that match then, because that'll be a good link.
Yeah, we can do the WWE. Do you want to say this one?
What?
The name of the title.
No, I do not.
Do you not?
No.
No? You're still not with it?
No.
You're still not with the programme?
No, it's a dreadful name for a title. Ian. Right.
Ian, get you back.
Obviously, we're going to talk about the WWE Universal title match here.
Yeah.
Which is obviously Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Now, as soon as I heard that, I threw up in my mouth. Don't you think they should have just reintroduced the World Heavyweight title?
Yeah, I can see this definitely getting renamed in 6 months.
100%. It's the worst name, especially for Raw.
Wrong.
What do you mean wrong?
Wrong. They're not going to rename it.
They will.
No, they need it to be new because they're going all new era.
But you can have a new era with a world title. I'm not saying bring back the big gold belt. I'm just saying call it the World Heavyweight title.
Nah, for me, I think they did need to do something completely new and fresh. I mean, it's not going to have the prestige that the old ones had. But you can build that.
It just sounds like a Mickey Mouse title. It sounds like the King of the Mountain title.
Because you're not used to it.
No, it's not. No, it's awful.
It's not the best name, but what else were they? If we assume that they had to make a new belt, and there was absolutely no way they're going to reintroduce the World Heavyweight Championship, what else were they going to call it?
The Heavyweight World Championship.
No. No.
I'd say by WrestleMania it will change name.
Yeah. I disagree. Well, unless the brand split fails.
No, I don't think so. I think that's doing quite well, isn't it? The brand split.
Yeah.
Everyone's quite happy with that. Especially because obviously now they've got the network, they can have the 2 pay-per-views a month per show, rather than just having one Raw pay-per-view, one SmackDown pay-per-view,
because that didn't work last time. No. I think that was their major downfall, actually, that you went too long.
So this would be good, because they can put what they want on the network. They don't care about.
No, I think it's good. I think it's more exposure for the undercard as well.
Yeah, well, that was always the best thing at the brand split, is that you had these up-and-coming talents that had some TV time.
Yeah, exactly. Back to the match at hand. Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins for the WWE Universal title.
And again, another thing we disagree on, completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
Ian, you first.
Me?
Yeah, we're going to send it
I'm
your
really
way.
excited on this one. I think either Seth Rollins going to win it clean, or if Finn Balor wins it, he'll turn heel and win with the club.
I've got something similar. I've got a double turn.
Yeah.
Seth is so over with the crowd.
That's what Ian had said.
Yeah, well, essentially, yeah, double turn. Seth's going to get screwed by Finn Balor and the club.
I'm happy with that now than I was when we first started talking about this, because my thought process is, if you're going to have a brand new belt, you need someone with a bit more credibility on the main roster than Finn Balor.
Which is fair enough. I can see the logic in that. But I also think, going back to the fact that it's a new belt, it's a new era, you need a new champion.
Yeah, but we've had this discussion.
But I think it's better to have... Yeah, I think Seth now needs to be the face of the company.
Wouldn't it be more interesting, though? Because, obviously... obviously?
I've said it 6 times or so in this whole thing. I don't worry about it too much.
Wouldn't it be a bit more interesting and a bit of a turn if the club aligned with Rollins?
No.
If everyone thinks that, they're coming out, they're going to be costing...
I reckon they're going to tease that, but they will go with Finn.
No, that's not a bad shout.
What, the club and... I think everyone...
The club and Rollins.
Yeah, because... Rollins...
I think Finn needs them more.
No, I don't know. I think
you can build up Seth as he's won the US title. He's won all this stuff, and the first couple of years he's been successful in the Shield, and then you've got Finn Balor, who he was NXT champ, but that's kind of to the mainstream audience. That's it. They're not going to have a Japanese background.
I agree with that. I think he needs the backup.
But
especially if he's going to turn heel.
You have New Day win.
I don't see him turning heel
at SummerSlam. Then you have Finn Balor win with the club at SummerSlam, and then maybe on Monday you had the club win the tag titles the next day.
But like you all just said, Finn Balor's got no credibility.
But he gets more credibility.
No. Turn him heel this soon, then I think I'll just fall flat.
I don't.
I think the club coming out and siding with Rollins would be a bit more interesting.
I'd be happy to see either, but I think if the club do win the titles, they do need to side with the champion. And I think some little stable needs to happen just to kind of stack the deck a little bit.
No, I don't see it, I'm afraid.
No.
I don't see Finn Balor winning or turning heel.
No. Well...
And I fucking hope he doesn't either.
I do agree with you. Even though
I
predicted the opposite way, I think it would work better if he was on the mainstream, the main show longer as a face and then turn him heel. You get
exactly. Yeah, it's going to be like apart. It's hard, isn't it?
If it goes last, you're going to get that. I think you're going to get that shock factor.
It's hard because we're all fans of Devitt. Obviously, way back in his days in New Japan with the initial first incarnation of the Bullet Club. But in terms of WWE, he don't deserve it yet.
He might not deserve it. I don't think that's going to stop him getting it.
No, Rollins for me.
Yeah, another one that I think could quite easily go either way. I'm just happy to watch the match because it's going to be sick.
Be a good match, yeah.
Yeah. Moving on to more titles. Sasha Banks will defend the Women's Championship against Charlotte.
Now, Sasha, my love.
People are going to get confused as to who you actually love.
I love a lot of people. I have a lot of love to give.
More of you to go round.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I actually have Charlotte for this.
Yeah. I can see it.
I think it's going to be a Ric Flair style victory.
Yeah.
And we've been saying for years, Charlotte and Banks is Flair and Steamboat.
Yeah.
And it's Flair and Dusty.
It's fucking money, is what it is.
They're going to be doing this for years.
Yep. I've written something similar, only going the opposite way.
What do you think?
I think Sasha's going to win. But I definitely feel that they're going to trade titles, losses, wins, all the way up until Mania.
Yeah.
And I think if this is paced right, this is going to be the match of the night.
Yeah, 100%. We said this, didn't we, off air, when the sort of final card got stamped.
Yeah.
That has potentially the match of the night.
Yeah, absolutely. It depends where it's placed on the card, and it depends on the pace of the match.
I think middle. Middle of the card.
It's absolutely got to go middle.
Yeah.
It's got to keep the fans.
And if this is going to be a 5-hour show, I mean, we're looking at this card now. What's going to be pre-show? Miz and Cruz.
Miz and Cruz and the 6-lady tag match, I believe.
It's 2 hours.
Oh, they'll just stick it full of filler like they
Are they
always
going to do the usual boring hour-long panel?
Yeah, probably.
And then they're going to have an hour. But you can fit Miz and Cruz, that bullshit tag match, and I know we've not got to this yet, but Zayn, Neville and the Dudleys.
Is that been added to the card?
Yeah.
That must have been today, because I haven't got that.
No,
Yeah, that's definitely going on.
So those three matches are going to be on the pre-show. Ian, do you think so?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. So then we've got 9 matches.
Yeah.
On a 3-hour show, given 25 minutes.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
Mathematically.
Yeah. Because let's look at. So I don't see New Day and the Club having a long match. Really, 10 minutes most.
15
Yeah.
max.
Cesaro, Sheamus, now again.
That's another 10-minute.
Yeah. Lesnar, Orton.
That could go, I think.
Yeah.
Depends what happens.
Depends how Brock's feeling.
Yeah.
Depends if he can be bothered.
Because we know sometimes he just can't.
No. Head Suplex City.
Yeah. Still look like it hurt.
Yeah, but it's just minimal effort on Brock's part, really, isn't it?
Ian, who have you got?
I'll go with Sasha Banks.
Sasha Banks.
Build this up for a while, and then I think, to me personally, obviously Charlotte and Sasha have had some good matches, but I think Sasha and Bayley have had the better matches.
Sasha, Bayley, Brooklyn, yes. Sasha, Bayley, I can't remember what the takeover was called when they main evented. That was a fantastic match. Not as good as the Brooklyn one.
No, it wasn't as good as the Brooklyn one, but I think the Brooklyn one was the best women's wrestling match.
But if Charlotte and Sasha have at least 90% creative control of that match in terms of what they're going to be doing.
Oh man, that tag match they did with Jericho and Enzo was out of this world good.
Yeah.
Like literally, they opened the show with that and the crowd was electric for the rest of the night.
But if they're allowed to pace the match how they want, if they don't have...
They need to give that 20 minutes plus.
It's 25 minutes. There has to be.
Yeah. Plus.
In the middle of the show.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But yeah, Charlotte for me.
Charlotte for you.
Yeah, cheating. Like Daddy.
Yeah. Or does Daddy make an appearance?
Nah, Ric Flair's still drunk.
Hey, he's been drunk in the ring many times before. It doesn't mean he can't make an appearance.
No, but they don't do that anymore, do they?
No. We'll see. I still think Sasha needs to pick up the win. It's too early now.
Also, I just realised we mentioned Rick a good 3 or 4 times in that and didn't woo.
Well, that's got to be remedied. Ian?
I have to be careful because I've got a sleeping baby, but...
That never stopped Ric Flair, you...
Woo!
Woo!
There you go.
More sting. Sorry. That's going to have to be taken right down.
Yeah, or just leave it in.
Or just leave it in. Deafen everyone. Next on the card, the US title match between the Roman Empire and the Bulgarian Brute.
I think they are going to cheap out this very quickly and give it to Reigns.
Yeah.
I don't see them putting any effort in this. Give it to Reigns, that's what they're thinking.
I've got a theory.
Go on.
If you want Roman Reigns to win.
I don't want him to win at all. I don't want Roman to do anything.
I'll rephrase. If you've got him to win...
I've written him down to win.
I've written down that I've actually got Rusev to win.
Okay.
Because I don't think they're going to put a belt on Reigns a month after he's come back from suspension. However, this is Roman Reigns we're talking about, and Roman Reigns pretty much writes his own ticket now.
Now that he's got his mouth around Vince's cock.
Yeah, I think Rusev's going to get in my mind, I think Rusev's going to get a cheap win and bolt it.
Yeah, maybe.
But should Roman Wayne Jonathan Wass is in the building. Should Roman Reigns win at SummerSlam? There are rumours that a certain man is due to come back to promote a certain video game who had a US title run and finisher was the spear. I should point out that Dom is marking the fuck out of this suggestion.
Fucking Goldberg!
Would you watch that?
I'll watch anything with Goldberg.
But would that look good? Roman Reigns wins the US title, he's celebrating in the ring, then suddenly the music hits.
I don't think...
Out of nowhere. He doesn't come down the ramp out of nowhere.
No.
Goldberg spears Roman Reigns. Because Roman Reigns...
You have to make Roman heel first.
Roman is pretty much heel.
Goldberg,
not WWE eyes at heel, because he's not really...
He gets booed anyway. He's going to get booed by if returning Goldberg spears him.
The only person Goldberg is returning for is Brock Lesnar. That is just a fact.
I don't want to see... I'd rather see him face Roman. I've seen him face Goldberg. Seen him face Brock Lesnar, and for the 5 minutes they bothered to actually try and wrestle,
yeah, it was good.
It was okay.
Yeah, that's the only man. I don't see
Brock Lesnar doesn't need the rub.
I don't see him coming back for Reigns. I can see him fighting Reigns, but I don't think he's coming back for one match. He's only 49, Bill.
Yeah, but I
49.
I can see Brock and Goldberg happening at a Mania again, when the money's on the line.
You look at when Sting came back. What pay-per-view did?
Survivor Series.
It was too early for the promotion of 2K17.
November.
But Sting didn't come back in August, did he? And Sting came back to promote 2K17.
Maybe his first match was at Survivor Series.
It was. No, his first debut was at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
First match was Mania.
Yeah. But the fact remains, the Goldberg...
he's 49. So
he's 49.
He's got a run in him, and...
As long as he's in shape, he's got a run in him,
Have you not seen the promo video?
That can be edited.
No, that is all man. That is all Bill.
That is all 270 pounds of Jewish beef.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not wanting it to happen. If it does happen, and we're watching it because we're watching it on a Monday,
yeah,
I will be jumping around this fucking room like a crazy child.
And it does logically make sense.
Sort of, but that would... They've never really mentioned sort of Goldberg's US title run. Or maybe...
But it was the first title we had in WCW.
It was the first title they ever had. That would make more sense if it was the anniversary of it. Or is it? No, it's not. 96, no. If it was the anniversary of it,
that's how I book Goldberg returning.
The only way they could do that is if Reigns wins it and then turns true heel on the stick afterwards.
That's what I mean. He'd have to be a heel then. He's the best US champ. No one's ever been like him, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, he says, like, I'm the best US champ ever and I've won with the best ever spear or something like that. I was a bit more creative than that.
Yeah.
But that's the only way I see Bill coming in. But I still think it's too early. If he's there to promote the video game, he'll be coming out of Survivor Series and spearing someone and then doing a Mania match.
You could do it that way. I think if he does turn up at SummerSlam, I think that's quite a good way to get it done.
Yeah.
Might not be 100% correct. We're going to move on to John Cena versus AJ Styles.
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 Styles needs the win. Cena doesn't.
Cena's on his way out, isn't he?
Well,
he's slowing down.
He's slowing down, definitely. I think,
especially going on SmackDown.
Yeah, I definitely think that AJ going through the table on SmackDown is going to give him kind of like the impetus to go. This is John Cena we're talking about. Is AJ going to win clean?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll go AJ clean.
I hope so.
Yeah, I'll go AJ clean.
I can also. This is another one that I called a tough call.
Yes.
It's big match, John. It's SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I really hope AJ wins.
Yeah, no, AJ.
Our close personal friend AJ Styles.
Yeah, he
touched us.
He too sweeted me.
Yeah. And then we got sweaty with the American Wolves.
Yeah.
And Justin Gabriel was there, but who gives a fuck about Justin Gabriel? Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler for the WWE title. Ambrose.
Yeah, I couldn't give a shit about Ambrose, to be honest. But
I tell you what.
Ooh. Controversial.
Oh, that was controversial. Ian, explain.
I got really bored of Ambrose. I really liked him at first, but I'm just bored of him now.
I can say, since he's been champion, I've cared about him less.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, did anyone see...
He's not main evented to me.
Yeah, he's definitely main event.
He's that level, but not to put the type on him.
They didn't give him the exposure and the rub that Rollins and Reigns both got. But he's definitely main event, absolutely, 100%. He doesn't have as much charisma as the other two in terms of Rollins on the stick and Reigns' appearance and his physical attributes.
It works more because of the brand split now, but if there was just one main roster, then I don't think...
No, I think they had that in mind when they put the belt on him. But that said, did you see Dolph Ziggler's promo on SmackDown this week?
No.
Really good. He's kind of like taken all the frills off. He's not wearing his stupid 80s glam rock shit. He's just like, I wanted this my entire... It's your typical impassioned challenger speech, but it was really, really good from him.
Yeah.
I'd definitely recommend checking that out. I've definitely got Ambrose to pick up the win. I'm hoping afterwards Bray Wyatt gets involved. But I'll talk about that at a later date.
I know you wrote your article, obviously you mentioned on the main podcast about that. That is just so predictable. If Ambrose wins, the lights go out, then Bray Wyatt turns up. They need to build Bray before they do that.
Well, I also agree with that. What I said to you the other night of him shedding that happened on SmackDown. He walked away from Rowan,
but they need to build him up before.
I agree. I think they got to make it clear that he wants that title.
Best thing to do is if they give Ambrose and Dolph a good run time as well, and have a good match, and then if they leave, obviously we've all got Dolph losing,
Yeah, we've all got Dolph losing.
So if they leave Dolph in the ring afterwards as a sort of,
and he takes out
thank you to the crowd, and then Bray attacks Dolph, that'd be a better one.
Yeah, that could work. That would work for me.
Yeah.
And then he just kind of stares down
Ambrose,
I want that belt.
Yeah, but attacking Dolph first.
Yeah,
and have a little program.
No, actually, I'll take my hat off to you there, mate. That's actually a lot better. That's a lot better. I definitely think, as I said, Bray Wyatt kind of needs to save that belt. But I'll go into that at a different time. And the final match, Brock. No, you do it. You're better. You do your best Paul Heyman impression.
Brock Lesnar.
God, there was phlegm everywhere then. Versus the Viper, Randy Orton in his...
This has potential. Obviously, Banks and Charlotte's going to be the wrestling match. This could be the showcase of the year.
This is going to get violent.
This could be the sports entertainment of the year match.
Absolutely.
Because now they keep saying on commentary this is the first pay-per-view match I've ever had. So that needs to be that they have fought before, either house shows or television.
They would have fought house shows, and
they have
definitely
fought on SmackDown because they showed a clip of it.
Well, there you go. So that's what they're saying that for. Then that makes sense.
Well, they started billing it as their first match ever. And then they went, oh shit.
And then some Uber fucking wrestling mark went, actually, on the 2002 April edition of SmackDown, they had an 8-minute match, and Brock Lesnar won, and I touched myself.
I bet you that was Ian.
Yeah, maybe.
That sounds like something Ian would do.
Yeah, no.
Send cranky emails and then touch himself.
Well, I've got Lesnar.
Obviously, I've got Lesnar because, duh.
Yeah, him?
Yeah, definitely Lesnar.
Randy Orton ain't fucking going over.
No.
Especially not over Brock Lesnar.
Now, if we're talking about Mr. Goldberg,
yep,
and I don't think it'll be SummerSlam, but if Lesnar, when Lesnar wins, and then Heyman cuts the promo along the lines of that's it, he's done everything now, he's beaten everyone, no more Brock Lesnar, he's done, no more. There's no man he hasn't beat.
Yeah, that could work. There's several men he hasn't beat.
In terms of people
he lost.
But he lost. Yeah, he lost.
That's the difference.
Yeah,
he hasn't lost. Yeah, you're gonna have to watch your wording on that one. I think. So he's beat everyone.
But he has, hasn't he? He's beaten The Rock.
Yep.
Yeah. He's beaten Undertaker.
Yep.
He's beaten Kurt Angle.
Yep.
He's beaten Triple H.
Yep.
He's going to beat Orton. He's
beat Cena.
He's beaten Cena. So yes, he has lost to majority of these people as well. Yes, but he's also won against them.
Yeah.
And then the fact is that Heyman's going to be saying there's no more people left to beat.
Ian, who beat him for the title in UFC?
Cain Velasquez.
Yeah, Cain Velasquez.
Yeah.
Well, I don't see that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that could work with Goldberg coming out to that.
And they can both walk out together, hand in hand, and point and laugh and walk off.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that would be definitely another way to get Goldberg on the show. Definitely think that Lesnar has to go over.
Because think how mad the crowd will go if Heyman's cutting that promo, then you hear the Goldberg gong.
How long ago was that match?
That was WrestleMania 20, so 2004.
So,
do you reckon we could see maybe like a Rock Cena thing where maybe Goldberg comes out, but they even say then like, I'll fight you, but it'll be at Mania. And
No, I don't think.
then.
I don't think they'll do that at Mania. I think that will be what's the September pay-per-view?
September. Well, it depends which brand
Raw,
split it goes
obviously.
on. Backlash. No, that's SmackDown, isn't it? So they will have Night of Champions, is it?
I'll go with that one then. I'll keep it to Survivor Series maybe, and then that would be the match for the video game.
Well, there you go. You've still got 2 big pay-per-views between. I mean, if you look at it, this is kind of the start of the big 4 calendar, isn't it? You've got SummerSlam,
Survivor Series,
because the last one was WrestleMania. So if we say we start again, you've got SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Rumble, Mania. So yeah, they could start a program at the big 4.
Well, they starting now, or the night after SummerSlam.
Yeah,
and then have the match at Survivor Series to promote the video game.
Yeah,
because that's a big part of the marketing tool, isn't it? Because
pre-order Goldberg,
pre-order Goldberg, and in Brock Lesnar's sort of video for 2K17, Heyman calls out Goldberg twice.
And
I'd have to watch that again
as well.
Yeah, because they mentioned Paul Heyman's talking about all the people in the game that Brock's going to beat, and then he made a specific point of mentioning Goldberg twice. Yes,
I'd have to watch that back, but I'll take your word for it.
So, Blates.
Yeah, those are the faces, aren't they? Yeah. So that's going to be. So we've got those were our predictions. Mm-hmm. Anything else anyone would like to add? Anything you think you might see at the show, or anything you want to see at the show? Heath Slater's going to get some time. That's a fact.
Well, Heath Slater just lose to a legend.
I'm actually really starting to like Heath Slater. Did you see Raw this week?
You asked that, I said no.
I asked if you saw SmackDown this week.
Oh, wait.
Ian, did you see Raw this week?
No.
Okay, basically what happened is that Heath Slater interrupted Brock Lesnar. He was told that if he'd go out and got Brock Lesnar to fight him, he'd get a contract.
Okay.
And it was a really, really good speech by both Slater and Heyman. And then Brock Lesnar said shit on live television, and the crowd went, "Oh fuck, he's gonna die."
I'll YouTube that quickly before I go. Tonight. But
that was very intimidating. Heath Slater's starting to get a lot of my respect and time. I think he's underutilized anyway. He always has been.
Yeah.
I definitely think we're going to get some sort of Heath Slater spot. Hopefully, it might end up with him getting a contract somewhere. Other bits?
Yeah, not really.
No.
I'm just looking forward to it.
They've got a lot of time to fill.
Yeah, well, so, they've got some good matches on here. So don't put bullshit filler in. Just put on the matches on.
I have to say, this is a very strong card.
Yeah, just make that worthwhile.
Top to bottom, if we ignore the couple. Well, top to bottom. There's still some good workers in that six person tag match.
But
SummerSlam Sunday night. It's 5-hour show. Starts over here at what? Midnight?
Midnight in the UK, yeah.
Only on the WWE Network, which you can get now for
$9.99. But obviously, it's not only on the network, is it?
No.
You can also get it on box office.
Yeah, but that's not going to get as many buys, is it? I'm trying to get us in with Vince.
Oh, right. Only on the WWE Network, which is $9.99.
That's more like it. So we're going to wrap it up. Hope you enjoy SummerSlam. We're going to touch on this a little bit after the show. Give a little 10-minute thoughts on the show, I think. Maybe just as an article, but maybe on here. So it's a good night from Mr. Ian McGee.
Bye-bye.
From Dominic Richards.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, God.
Well, I'm just doing what everyone else does and just gives shit goodbye on CouchCast. So I'm not the host, so I'm just joining in with that, yeah.
And I am your host, Liam Patterson, and I'm saying enjoy SummerSlam. Good night, everyone.
Right there.